seated and hold on until the train comes to a stop. Keep your feet on the floor and all parts of your body inside the coach at all times. And for the comfort of yourself and others, there is no eating, drinking, or smoking on the ride. Thank you for your cooperation. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. The Zephyr is one of the most scenic rides in Dorney Park. It's also the most historic ride. This train was built right here in the park back in the middle of the Great Depression, and it entered service in 1935. New this year are some billboards that depict rides and events from the past. Here on my left is a picture on the billboard of the Zephyr in 1935. You can see that we have more cars now. We have 4 instead of 3. Billboards scattered around the park depict rides and events from the past. The Zephyr is modeled after the famous Burlington Zephyrs. They were the first diesel-electric streamlined passenger trains. And they set speed records going from Denver to Chicago back in 1934 to the Chicago Century of Progress exposition. They made worldwide news. When Dorney announced that they had a Zephyr Juniors, you could ride it for a nickel. People flocked here by the thousands for the next couple of years. Dorney's owner said that's what kept them financially sound for the rest of the Great Depression. In the year 2000, the new station was added, and the track extended to give a longer ride. Now we will see 2 of Dorney Park's 8 great roller coasters. This first one is Possessed. It's a twisted impulse coaster. The impulse shoots you up the track to a twist in the track. Gravity pulls you back down and you go backwards through the station at almost 70 miles an hour and back up the other side. Then you drop down again and do it all over again. And then you'll be bored with it because you see Dorney has 7 more roller coasters to ride, so you get off and go ride one of those. The next one here is Stinger, and it's unique because you ride facing other guests. That way you can see how frightened they get, but they'll see how frightened you are too. This whole area was one big swimming pool that was put in back in the late 1800s. At that time, it was the world's largest artificial swimming pool. It was later divided into 2, and it was used by the high schools and colleges in the area, as well as Dorney's guests up until about the late 1960s. We stopped using them for pools, put boats in them, and they became rides. The whale boats and the scooters. Now on the right you can see the Cedar Creek Flyers, our latest ride. Right now it looks like they're taking a rest. Off to the right is the Asylum, one of the Friday events of the haunt. Friday and Saturday nights from 7 to midnight is when the haunts occur. There'll also be Sunday night haunts in October. There's 14 scary events, and they're too scary for kids under 13 years old. So for the younger kids under 52 inches tall, we have the Boom Blast. Saturdays and Sundays at that time of the year, from noon to 5. A whole lot of fun events for the kids, and nothing scary. There's 7 or 8 fun events around the small wave pool in the Wildwater Kingdom. There's a petting zoo there, pumpkin painting, trick or treat. There's a wrecked pirate ship in the park somewhere. Fun events at Planet Snoopy. All the Blue Blast events end probably at 5 o'clock, so you can get your young ones out without seeing any of the frightfully made-up actors that come in at 6 o'clock. Now we're driving through the area where the zoo was. The Zoorama was here for 20 years. You paid 50 cents and you could see everything they had here. They had everything from turtles to elephants. Here on the right is a nice overhead shot of Dorney Park, probably back in the 1950s. Now we're crossing over Cedar Creek, and it's always a little cooler over on this side. Off to the left, there's about 30 dinosaurs that came to life in recent years. I hope they don't see us here. But you can go see them if you like. The entrance to Dinosaurs Alive is on the same plaza as the entrance to Steel Force. Steel Force is our tallest and longest roller coaster in Dorney Park. It has a 205-foot vertical drop. It scoots you through darkened tunnels at a high rate of speed, went through twisting curves and over camelback humps, and reaches speeds of 75 miles per hour. Here along Cedar Creek is where Dorney Park came into existence. In 1870, Solomon Dorney bought this farm. He put in a trout hatchery. He didn't put in a restaurant. He didn't put in a amusement park. But that sort of happened anyway. People came to watch him feed the trout. Tied up to the horses in the woods off to the left here. They ate picnic lunches and had an enjoyable time in the shade of the woods when they waited for him to feed the trout. But Dorney didn't make any money from that, so he decided to sell them trout dinners. So they went over so well that he ended up in a whole different business.
There's some big ones in there.
So many people come out here for trout dinners, and they cut down trees in the woods, did them out into beautiful green groves, and put pavilions in, and picnic tables, sliding boards and teeter-totters, and sandboxes for the kids at no charge. Dorney put in rides for adults. He got a nickel a ride for them. They still needed more space. They developed one of their farmhouses into the Mansion House Restaurant. Now they had a year-round restaurant with a bigger menu. Pretty soon their duck dinners were just as famous as their trout dinners. Pictures from the past show the Haynes Mill Pond almost solid with ducks, waiting their turn to go to the Mansion House Restaurant for the famous duck dinner. Dorney put in some more rides, always at a nickel per rider. By 1884, this place was established as a fun amusement park with great rides and great food. And Dorney Park is that even to this day. The wooden roller coaster off on the left was built in 1923. And it's been in service every year since that. The oldest ride here is the Whip. It dates back to 1920. If you want to ride those two antique rides. So even though Solomon Dorney passed away in the early 1900s, his name lives on. The great amusement park. With fun antique rides, 8 great roller coasters, a whole lot of fun rides in Planet Snoopy for the younger set, and the Wild Water Kingdom. The Wild Water Kingdom has hours from 11 to 6 at this time of the year, but it'll have longer hours later on. Now we're approaching a station. Remain seated till the train comes to a stop and I open the gate on your car. Watch your head and your step when you exit from the cars. Then exit at the front of the train. Thank you for riding with us on the Zephyr. Enjoy your day in Dorney Park and Wild Water Kingdom.